Hey friends, welcome back to my studio. I just love saying that. I love having you guys tag along with me. I sold Henny Penny. I'll link that in this video's description. And so I'm gonna paint this rooster and hen combo. Isn't that a great photo? I have a traceable that's very similar to this rooster too. And do you see the purple colors in that photo? I think I'm gonna do a little bit of a purpley background. Okay, let's jump in. Okay, let's quick go over the colors. Titanium white. I'm using all basics this time. Titanium white. Excuse me, guys. Cadmium yellow medium hue. Quinacridone magenta. Oh, it feels like I need to get, oh, I've got another tube. It's feeling light. And this time I switch my blues occasionally. Phthalo blue. I looked for it in the heavy body because I do like the heavy body, but I couldn't find it. If you guys have seen it in the heavy body, let me know. I haven't looked on Amazon. I was just looking at Michael's. Oh, and Mars Black. Okay, so it's really nice because you really only need 3 colors plus black and white, and you can mix any color you want. I mixed a nice dark brown with quite a bit of quinacridone, maybe equal quinacridone and cad yellow, and then a little bit of black. Just a little bit of that phthalo blue and a lot of magenta made a dark purple. But that's okay because I want my ground to be kind of dark and cool. What else? I think that's, oh, this is an 8" by 8" canvas panel from US Art Supply. I order them off of Amazon. Well, actually, I've ordered them off their website too because they have free shipping as I'm videoing this. And I have Amazon Prime, so I order them from there too. And then these are just old used up masking tape rolls to keep my canvas panel up a little higher and in better focus. Okay, I'm gonna paint the background. I think I'm just gonna use a flat brush. I just grabbed one. This is a 1" from Low Cornell. And then I'll be back in a bit. I thought I'd just comment a little bit on what's happening. So I have a really nice, good coverage blend in the middle. And then I was trying to make it work before it dried up here, and I lifted up some of the paint. So I just dried it with a hair dryer. You can kind of feel, sometimes I'll grab I put the corner or just, the tip of my brush in the water and put a little water on the paint, and that'll help it move or wake it up a little bit so I can add more paint. It's something that you just practice with, and it totally changes depending on the surface. I find it much harder on paper because the paper's so absorbent. But really it isn't. It's just what, sorry guys, it's just what you're used to. I'm liking this kind of reddish color, and there's nothing wrong with it. But I'm seeing more of the canvas, so I'm gonna put another. Now that I've dried this and I've painted the whole background, I'm gonna put more paint on it and do it again. And I like this kind of yellowish too. And then I paint the sides. I like that in case people don't. I put these 8 by 8s in a frame at the time that I'm videoing these. But I might also sell them on an easel, and then that way the edges are painted in case they like it that way. Okay, I just thought I'd pop in that. You just work it, so I sweep up, or sometimes I get like a brush mark and I'll grab a little water, but eventually the end of my stroke I pull up. And if you're getting brush marks, it's all right, just keep kind of working it or put another layer on, that sort of thing. Okay guys, I'll be back in a bit. Hey friends, isn't this pretty mud? I hope it looks good on video. And I'm following the reference photos sort of, in that I have a lighter, warmer corner down here. This might be overthinking it, but I'm thinking the red is going to help with some of the red up here. So that's why I did that. Help unify the painting, that sort of thing. I probably will put some purples in the white rooster. What else? I really got the brush strokes out, but I may want them in. A lot of these dark spots are pine cones. I'm not going to paint those in, but this is awfully smooth dirt. You know, some of those brush strokes might actually help me. And then I went lighter and warmer towards the top. Not as warm as the photo. I went cooler. We can always adjust it. But I kind of just want a general darker background. We're going to have a white rooster on it. I think it's really fun. And I definitely think the second coat of paint helps. Give you a little tour. I like bringing up a little bit of the cooler purple up in here. Put some black in here. I was just trying to keep this a little warmer. It got kind of dark on me, but I think it'll be fine. I can always fix it depending on how the painting develops. I'm going to let it dry overnight, and then I'll be back tomorrow. Okay, let's chat for a second. So what the heck am I doing? I'm painting with a #1 round from Princeton. You might be able to see that. And I'm painting with a 3/8 inch. It's not quite a half inch. #12 brush from Royal and Langnickel. It's their Zen line. And I'm putting in sort of a creamy white highlights. And then I'm going to paint other areas darker and actually maybe cooler to help really emphasize the light. And I also put in, you know, the feet, because the feathers will go over the feet. I mean, they're just sort of one coat, but so I don't lose them. And then I also put in the pupils, the beaks, so I don't lose them. And then this is where the glow will be on the comb, on the wattle, that sort of thing. That's what I'm thinking. So mostly it's just finding so a lot of times, I've said this in other videos, and I say it sometimes as advice, you know, work dark to light. But since we have such a dark background and I really want to have strong light, I'm telling myself where the light is, and I can come back and lighten it up some more, because I can go as white as that white. And then this is a white rooster, but if you look at it, let's see if you can see it on video. Kind of warms up as my camera adjusts. Actually it looks quite yellow when I look through my phone. It looks more yellow than it does on my iPad. But kind of yellow brown, maybe kind of purpley in here. But you could go blue, kind of purpley blue-gray. But definitely this is cooler than that, I think. That's cooler than that. And then you get a nice sunlight right there. I think I'm going to try not to emphasize the light on this tail too much because it's right on the edge. Okay, guys, so that's what I'm thinking. I'll be back in a bit. Hey friends, it's really starting to take shape. One thing I did is I really like this brush. It's a little thicker. I don't know if you can hear, if I get my hand out of there maybe. It's not that thick. But I went down a little bit in size. And then this is a craft brush, so it's thinner. I just felt like I had a little more control. There isn't a right brush. I've painted things with a palette knife like this. You can use whatever you want. I just kind of liked the little bit thinner for today. And then one thing, I just stepped back and looked at it, and I've got a little chalk pastel right here from when I traced the photo. And I'm going to grab a little white. I don't know if that's going to look good. And it might pull too much attention, but I kind of like that there's like a little reflective light. Gonna put that in, see what we think. It's looking fairly white. It's slightly pink, but it's not looking all that. I don't know if that works quite like that. What else? You could be done. I always have a little bit of trouble with the overlapping feathers. Like I painted this one over, and then I painted that one over, and then I want this one to come forward. So I'll paint it again. Just kind of work this area a little bit. Maybe even go back to that little bit bigger brush and get more deliberate, confident brush strokes. This is a lot of the background showing through. And I'm going to want to lighten this up, make this a little bit more prominent, make it glow a little more. But really, you've got, the painting could be done. What else? Oh, I think I might lighten this up a little bit more and just get some more feathers. Just play with it. That's all I'm going to do now. Here, maybe I want to take a little tour. So values really do the work. So I've got kind of a purple gray. I've got kind of a blue in there. Isn't that fun? I think it's fun. So that's the purple gray. And then that's more of a blue. It's actually a blue gray, but compared to that, it looks bluer. What's kind of fun about painting on a darker muted background is usually your first layer is more muted anyway. And then the second layer, I don't know if we want this that bright, but it's another layer, plus that's a lighter color. Here, if I put a little more orange on, it might be a little brighter. Might not, because that's a pretty transparent color. I think that's fun. And I'm also going to put some, I don't know how many weeds or how much weed, something, or maybe some scribbles, or like a shadow. We might put in a shadow. Right now my chickens are kind of floating. Well, this one doesn't matter, it goes off. Here, should we just kind of put one in and see what we think? I think it might need a little. Just kind of scribble something in there. Yeah, I think that helps. And really, so this color's pretty black. It's got a little brown in it. But it's neat. I have really bright colors on my palette, but they mute down on the dark background. We could kind of make this pop out even a little bit more by darkening it. Let's see, I don't know if I really want. I think I kind of want. I'll smear with my finger and just kind of work. I sneak up on almost everything. Plus I want it out of focus and soft. And then sometimes if I wipe it out too much, you just pull a little more back in. That actually could almost be the shadow from that rooster. Our light. We don't have our sun. I totally forgot Miss Sunshine here. pretty much coming straight from the left. The top too a little bit. So maybe kind of right there. Oh, I've got paint on it. Okay, I think that's, if you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'm going to work on this some more, but we're getting to the point now where the structure's all there. We just get to play with lights and values and have even more fun. Okay, I'll be back in a bit. Okay, I thought I'd pop in and just chat for a minute. I brought this rooster a little bit more forward, the white rooster. I like that better. I made the comb and the wattle brighter. Actually, I think I made this one a little brighter too. Just kind of wanted to bring it up a little bit. I just smeared a little lighter color up here. It may dry darker and I may need to do it again. I used a little bit of matte medium because I was nervous. You could use some water. I just sometimes feel, I think it's just a personal thing. I feel a little safer with the matte medium, which is funny. What else? Next, I'm going to put in a few weeds. I kind of hinted at them, but they're barely, you can barely see them because it was really thin paint and dries darker. I might bring up this leg just a little bit because it almost, I don't know if it looks like it has like a hole in it or a dent. Do a little tour here. I like the splashes of light. That's really fun. That's straight up white, but it's also dried down a little bit. I had some yellow here, put in some white. You could do it either way. Oops. I don't know if I'm getting too... Here, give you a look at the face. They're pretty simple. When you paint them smaller, they're pretty simple. I might, as I'm looking through my phone, I might want to knock that down. Not quite so bright. But it's really fun. I've got a hot spot here and here. So you keep going here. I actually think I'm going to do that because now that I said that, let's just take some red. So the red's transparent because it's quinacridone and yellow, and my quinacridone and my yellow are both semi-transparent colors. I knocked this down a little bit already. Let's try a little quinacridone. It might be okay too. I don't know if that did anything. I could. It's in shadow, but I could bring up. Bring this up just a little more. And then I'll smear it because I get kind of nervous. That kind of made it the same color as the... Oops, I got a drop of water there. My brush, can you see? My brush is getting all feathery fuzzy as I'm trying to find a spot here. I think I use them too much, maybe? That happens to me. I don't know if that did anything. I might have liked it better the other way. course, that just makes more of a target over here. Oops, I don't know if I like that. Okay, guys, I'm going to work on weeds and then I'll be back. Hey friends, I'm calling it done. When I look through my phone, I love this because it's a way of stepping back. I don't know how far it actually would be, but I see more the light shapes and the darker shapes, the value changes. I like it when I'm, 6 inches from it, 8 inches from it. But there's something about stepping back that really helps you see the design. This worked out nice. So I've got like a dark background area. It's kind of purpley. So I kind of have this going on, which is fun. But then all this white, this red hot spot, keeps you in here. I didn't do much for the weeds, which I don't think we needed to do much. Sometimes I think I even do too much. I could probably even do a little less. Tried a dark one here just to change up the color. Put a little yellow and white. So that's kind of a stronger, just, keeping you in. Well, I don't know what else. We'll give you a tour. One more quick tour. So if you go back, I've been doing, I'm starting my 3rd year of YouTube. Seriously. I've been on YouTube a long time, but I was just more of a viewer. I think I still have a couple of really, really old videos out there for various things. Anyway, if you go back, you can see that I've really been focusing on values and color. And also, this is looser. I'm also now getting looser. You can't really focus on everything at once. But you can take on some things. And of course, values, I wish I knew who said this, but values do the work, color gets the credit. Totally works for me. And then the contrast is fun. Really a limited palette. It's primaries, but I used a lot of purples, browns. This is actually purple. It might look gray, but it's actually kind of a purple gray. I think that's about it. If you have any questions, throw them in the comments. I super appreciate that. Or just wave hi. I love just seeing you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Super, super appreciate your support. Great, big, happy art hugs, and I hope to chat with you soon. Bye, guys.